Hey guys, Josh here again, just on my way home from work. Gonna make a pit stop by Cycle Gear to pick up some new bar end mirrors. I ordered a set of the Rizoma retro bar end mirrors for my 2021 MT-09. So we're gonna install those hopefully this weekend, but for now we're just on our way to Cycle Gear to go pick them up. So a little different route on the ride home today to get up to Cycle Gear and grab those bar end mirrors. Gonna take the scenic route and jump over onto A1A for a little bit to you know, a little nicer ride than just being stuck in traffic. So figured I have a minute, out of work early, might as well ride up along the beach. Guys, up on the right here too is old Key Lime House, that big green building right there. Hopefully you can see it in the pictures. You go there for dinner, sit on the intercoastal, it's beautiful. And if you're gonna go there, you get the key lime pie, one of the best I've had. Just went there last week with my wife and son, had a nice meal out here on the intercoastal. So look at the view. People don't care. Yeah, New Yorker, go back to New York, please. We don't want you down here. Thank God snowbird season's almost over. These idiots will go back home, because I really don't like them down here. I want to send these idiots home. Guys, I haven't recorded much riding video lately either. I've just really been doing a lot of commuting back and forth to work, and you know, that area of my ride has been featured in a few videos and stuff, so I figured that probably all getting bored with just seeing me commute back and forth to work. So today was an opportunity, since I'm heading out after work a little early and I had some extra time, to get a little nicer footage here. Again, I'm on scenic A1A again. You can see here to the left we got the intercoastal, to the right we got all the rich people's condos, and you know, so we'll ride up into West Palm here on A1A, and then we'll cut down southern to get over to where Cycle Gear is here in West Palm Beach. But figured it was this is a prettier view than my daily commute to work, so I threw a little ride footage in before we get into the bar and mirror install. So hope you enjoy the view, guys. Getting all the motorcycle waves today. Everybody's feeling charitable. You guys, I've lived down here for a little over 7 years now, and I've ridden up and down A1A here through Palm Beach County at least, I don't know, had to be close to a couple dozen times at least. And it never gets old. You know, I've done it in the car with the family, just riding along the beach, top down on the Jeep. Done it on the bike a couple times now, and I'll tell you, it never gets tired. Just riding up and down the beach and enjoying the views. You know, if you guys ever get the chance and you have a dream and you want to live somewhere else, or get a chance to just take the chance and do it. It's just an amazing thing to be able to enjoy a place like this all the time. looks like a shade tree surgeon stab and grab right there. Got a padlocks on the outside of the thing and shit. Man, be afraid to stop there. Hello, Cycle Gear, where most of my credit card goods paid to. Just kidding, guys, I don't spend that much money here. They did help me out with all my gear and stuff though, guys. It was nice to be able to try stuff on and everything, so, you know, always never a terrible thing to try to support your local shops and stuff like that, so that, you know, they're here when you need them. So alright guys, so we're on our way back from Cycle Gear now. Picked up the mirrors. They didn't fit too well in my little Nelson rig bag. They were the boxes are pretty big considering how small the mirrors are, so I had to grab a bungee cord from Cycle Gear to tie it down. So I put it in the bag and then wrapped it around it. I should have a screenshot of what I did from when I stopped to retie everything, so I'll share that with you. But you know, they're good and secure back there, but I didn't really feel like dropping a couple $100 worth of mirrors on the highway. So now we're on our way home, and yeah, we'll pick this video up this weekend. Hey everybody, it's Josh here again. We're back in the garage. We're gonna get those Rizoma retro bar end mirrors that I bought last week installed today, and go through that process with you. I'm installing them on YAMAHAMT bar ends that I got at TST Industries. So you guys will see how I'm going to install those on there, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, so we're at the bench here. Here's the Rizoma retro bar end mirrors that I picked up over at Cycle Gear. Boxes are a little messed up, but the inside looks great here. So we're going to unbox these. I also picked up some stainless steel plugs here for the to fill the holes in on the mirrors. They came as 4 in a pack. I don't remember the name, but I'll put a link for these down in the description along with the bar end mirrors. And the YAMAHAMT bar ends also that I'm using to mount these. But I like these the best. These are, everyone I saw was aluminum. These are stainless steel, and they got a hex head on them, so we're going to use these to fill the old mirror holes in. But let's take a look at these. Let's get these mirrors open and take a look. Alright guys, kind of like, reminds me of like Apple. Like, they do a really nice job with the box and the packaging and stuff like that. I mean, they weren't they weren't like cheap either. I mean, these are about 110 bucks a piece. But already you can tell that Rizoma does some, looks like they do some nice quality stuff with their products here. So let's pop this one out and take a look here. Take it out of the box here. Alright, so I got the mirror in the package here, so we'll figure out how to get that out of the foam. Looks like we got the different rings for you know, for the different size bars depending on how you're going to mount it, so we'll figure out which one of those fits ours the best. And then they gave us a nice little instruction booklet here, so you know, we'll definitely we'll at least thumb through that to see, you know, how it's going to work best with our setup and stuff like that, because we'll have to measure it up to see how it's going to fit, and we'll, you know, use their recommendations for adjustment. So let's see if we can pop this out here without, I don't want to, obviously don't want to damage it, but man, that thing doesn't look like it wants to come out. So again, high quality packaging, because you can't even get it out. Oh, there it goes. Alright, so we got the bar end mirror out, and here's the mirror now, so we'll take a look at that here. Looks like really nice quality, but there's some weight to it. I don't know if the glass is coming across in the video or not. I hope it does, but you can see it's got that nice blue tint to it to help with glare and things like that. And then, but very simple design, feels pretty rugged. Looks like it's going to be a 5mm or 6mm bolt there to tighten down the clamp section. But overall, very non-discreet, very nice looking mirror. It's going to have my dirty fingerprints on it till we get it on the bike here. But so there's one, and we'll get the other one open. They are identical, you know, so for both sides, and then you basically can flip them whichever way you want. Not quite sure if once I mount them, if I'm going to have them turned like this, facing the outside, if that was the right-hand side, or the other way, if we're going to turn them like this and turn them in. It's really going to be a matter of how I can see it. So if I can see out of the mirror when I'm turned in, I think it might make a little cleaner look. But if I can't see, then we're definitely going to flip those over and rotate it. But I'll tell you what, guys, it's a very strong turn. Like, it's tight. So I like that, and I think it's going to end up being very nice for us, and it's not going to have any vibration issues and stuff like that, because this adjustment back here, this ball adjustment here is very stiff, which, you know, again, riding the motorcycle and when everything goes on, that's what you want. So let's get the other one open here, and then we'll head over and start doing the install. Alright, here's the second one, guys. You know, basically same mirror and everything like that. So I'm gonna grab my 5mm I'm gonna grab my 5mm Allen key, and we're gonna pop off those bar ends, and then we'll bring them back over to the bench here after we get them off, and we'll decide what size ring we have to put in here from the kit that Rizoma provides to see which one fits the aluminum spacer that's on those YAMAHAMT bar ends the best. So we'll be back in a minute, but we'll go over to the bike for a minute. Alright guys, nothing special here to take off these YAMAHAMT bar ends. I mean, it's really just a 5mm Allen key in here, and then we just back them out, you know, regular lefty-loosey, righty-tighty here. So we're going to back these out. So here's the first ones out. And here's what I'm going to show you guys. See, when we take this apart, see this, I mean, they have this nice aluminum block in here already. So I'm figuring that I can put that there and put the bar end right on that aluminum block. So that's what we're going to try to do. But we'll see how that works out once. Alright guys, we're back over at the bench now. I got the parts laid out here for the bar ends and stuff like that. Here's the parts from the bar end. This is the black trim ring that you can get from TST in a bunch of different colors. If you're not going to use a bar end mirror or whatever, you could just put these on there. They sell them in a bunch of colors. I said in my last video. We're going to eliminate that, and we're going to see which one of these rings fits close to that. And of course, I got my neighbor's kid on the dirt bike out there racing. But I'll tell you what, the other thing that's nice here about Rizoma is it looks like they include a little plastic, a couple little plastic block-off plates for these. So you really could have I probably could have got away with just sticking, this one would probably fit my mirror hole perfectly. You just pop those in there and not have the metal bolts I bought. But we're going to go with, we're going to use the metal bolts since I already have them. So let's see here. So here's the opening on here, and here's the aluminum piece for the bar end. You can see we got a little gap in there. So I think the medium ring here, I think this spacer right here is going to be the right one here. So if we slide that spacer on there and then kick that inside the, well, that might be a little too big, guys. It looks like it ain't going to go in there. So it looks like we're back to the one just a size smaller than that, which is this one here, which I might have to trim a little bit because we see there it gets pretty tight. I don't know if you can see that, guys, but it's actually a little longer than the actual piece. But let's see if that one's going to be the one that's going to give us enough adjustment here. And you know, this is not a normal installation for these, so I figured I might have to play with it a little bit to kind of find the right pattern here for that. But that looks like it might be right there. So we're going to have to mess with these a little bit just to make sure that we get the right size spacer in there. Probably be somewhere in the middle here, so we might have to take this one here and just buff this a little bit, sand it down just a hair, which will probably be the way I'll go, is just to clean this one up a little bit with some sandpaper and then get it to fit on there. So let me grab some sandpaper, let me clean that one up and see what happens. Alright guys, here I'm going crazy over here doing things by hand, but you know, I got this belt sander, so let's use that to really thin this ring out. Alright guys, now we got it. Look, it was right in there nice now. So let's, before we grind the other one down, let's go test fit this on the bike and we'll see how it looks. Alright, but it looks like we got it now, guys. Got it in there nice, sanded it down, and, you know, I'm glad I was able to do that and you know, modify the part instead of starting over again. So, as Shade Tree would say, Costame! So we'll get over to the bike, we'll get this one mounted up and see what it looks like. Alright guys, we got it all put back together here. We got the bar end on there now, and we're going to thread it in, and then we're going to leave it loose just so we can get it mounted up here. I'm going to turn this mirror the other way. There we go. And then we're going to let's get this threaded up here and see if we have success or not, because the definite goal is to keep it up on the part and not in the thing. So we'll get this tightened up here. Alright, that's tight now, so we'll give this a turn, and we're going to do a little bit of adjustment with it, and we'll do final adjustments once we get it off the bike. But I'm going to turn around here so you can see a front view here, kind of showing a little bit of a comparison to how the, here we go over here, show a little bit of a comparison to the positioning and the size of the stock one mirror compared to the new Rizoma mirror. So hopefully that shows, I'll get a better angle of that towards the end of the video, but hopefully that shows you a little bit about the difference between where the Rizoma mirror is and the stock mirror and the mounting and stuff like that. So I'm going to tighten these up firm, you know, firm enough, get the other side mounted up, and then we'll do a good video showing the comparison between the two, and then we'll get the old mirrors off. Alright guys, we popped everything back together. Let's get it bolted up here. Of course, this being the throttle side, guys, you gotta make sure we keep everything away from that throttle, make sure it stays freed up. So, get this tightened up here. And let's figure out the adjustment here a little bit. Try to make sure they look similar. Just gonna finger tight this a little bit. Alright. Yeah, guys, it's going to leave plenty of room in there for the throttle to operate correctly. So let's I'm going to take a good video now, show you guys what it looks like. So guys, this is just a look from the seat here. There's the Rizoma mirror on the bottom and the Yamaha stock mirror on the top there, and the same thing on this side. So you can see the Rizoma mirror is quite a bit smaller, you know, than the stock mirror. But it does look like it's going to give a pretty good field of view out of this Rizoma mirror, and that blue tint on there should help, like at night when things are bright and things like that. So next steps here, guys, I'm going to set the camera up. We're going to pop those old mirrors off. We'll put the plugs in, and then we'll get some final shots here of what it looks like. I think I'm going to be pretty happy with these. Actually, probably going to run them in the traditional manner like this, sticking out, because I don't think that they're going to be... they don't stick out that far, and I'm not too worried about, I'm more worried about being able to see than I am anything else here, guys. But definitely cleans up the front end a lot. Alright guys, so the left side, the clutch side one, is standard threads, and this side is reverse threads. So we're gonna pop these off and then get those plugs put in. Like I said, this side's reverse threads. Alright guys, like I said, I got those little plugs that I bought from Amazon here. It's 2 rights and 2 lefts. That's how it came for 12 bucks. But they're stainless steel, and I like the I like the hex head on there. I think it's going to look sharp and really fill that hole in nicely. Like I said, Rizoma did include some nice plastic plugs, so I didn't even need to buy these, which was nice of them. I mean, I know it's only a 20-cent part, but still nice that they included it. Alright, so that's the one for this side. Get those put in there. Alright, let's figure out which one is the... I think they're actually gold inside instead of silver in the tip here, so let's see. It seems like it's... Alright, there we go. Alright, so just finger these in. And then I have my T-handle here. So, give that a little twist. Add a little twist. Alright. And then we're just gonna adjust these a little bit, guys. I want to see where I like the look of them here. So I'm going to just give these a... loosen this up a little bit so I can rotate it a little bit. I think I want to try to get the back side of the mirror for the most part. I'm up on my center stand here, but I think I want to get this back side of this mirror basically is pretty close to vertical, I think is where I want to have it. So that looks pretty good there. So we're going to tighten these down now to their final resting places here. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. It's solid, guys. I mean, you know, those are rubber mounted in there, so it's it ain't gonna go anywhere, and hopefully that rubber mount helps with the vibration a little bit. So let's get this one cranked up here. All right, I think that wraps it up, guys, for the Rizoma bar end install. I think we're done there. So I'm going to grab the camera here and give you guys a look. Alright, guys, I think that's going to wrap up the install here of the Rizoma bar ends. These are the retro model, guys, but I think it really cleans the front of the bike up nice. Very non-discreet, so and I tell you what, the quality, guys, of a Rizoma product, you can tell it. You know, definitely, these are definitely not Amazon specials. And the quality is there. So we're going to wipe everything down and get this cleaned up, and then we'll see you guys on the next one. Let me know what you think.